What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, which means we are once again talking about wrestling because, we're obsessed. It's the end of Fastlane, well, the results of Fastlane. So, spoiler alerts. I'm pretty sure you already watched it right now, but if not, too bad. Here is Tim. Say what's up.
What's up?
And yeah, before we get into it, got a couple of congratulations going around. Another Hall of Fames. We've got Eric Bischoff, Kane, and the Great Khali. So,
yeah,
congratulations to all three of those.
Congratulations to all three of those. It is well deserved. It's well deserved.
I think Kane definitely is well deserved.
I mean, Kane definitely deserves it. Eric Bischoff does as well. I think Khali a little bit of a stretch, but he was world champion, so
yeah. I mean, Khali for me is questionable.
Yeah, I'm
not saying like he's a bad he was tall. And he had some good moments.
What was Khali's skills as a wrestler? He was very tall. He was very tall.
Got that?
No,
that chop. I guess
I'm not saying it's undeserved as such. I'm saying that if he hadn't been from India, we would never have seen him.
True.
I'm surprised at Bischoff just because I didn't think they were on good terms right now, but I guess they are. So much the better because Bischoff definitely deserves it.
Oh yeah, I'm glad even if they're not on good terms, that they still give him that.
Yeah.
That praise because Eric Bischoff is he's amazing.
You can't talk modern day wrestling without talking Eric Bischoff.
Oh yeah.
No matter how you slice it. So yeah, definitely well deserved. Kane is Kane.
Kane, it was definitely deserved for Kane. And I cannot see anyone else inducting him besides Undertaker.
No, I agree. But like I said, I think the fact that Kane goes in this year means that Taker won't go in until next year, probably with Batista. Those will be the big draws next year.
Yeah, since hopefully Batista by that time too, they can have a crowd. So
yeah, exactly. Since Batista had to withdraw this year, Batista and Undertaker next year, when they can have an audience again. Yeah, I could see that being like a doubleheader.
Right. But let's get into Fastlane. Okay, so we're gonna go through this. I'm gonna go. If I miss something, let me know. We're gonna start with what the hell is it called?
That was the pre-show with the United States title.
The United States title was off by Lee versus Riddle.
It was fine.
It was okay. It was not a bad match. It was good. I didn't see all of it. I saw the middle part. But Riddle won. I think what happened afterwards was a little bit more I kind of called it an elimination chamber. And I said
go.
Oh, when I said that they would the retribution would basically go after Ali because Ali was acting like an asshole.
Yeah. It's also, I think it's wise because it's obvious that Retribution haven't caught on. I don't know exactly what happened. Again, I see only so and so much of the weekly shows. I think it's pretty damn clear that Retribution didn't become what WWE had hoped. So, changing it up a bit is probably the best decision.
Yeah, I think it's their best off to separate because, I think they were trying to, it's you already have, a dominant, faction within the Hurt business.
Yeah, exactly.
So this whole Retribution thing was kind of okay, we already have this already. It's kind of it was a waste. I'm maybe that's not the right time. It wasn't the right time for them.
Yeah. Oh, I also think. I don't know if it was just. I think it was some of the names. Slapjack.
Yeah.
But they have some awesome wrestlers there. Shane Thorne, Dominic Djokovic. Mia Yim.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
they're all great.
really good people.
They just need like
So
I think they'd be better off like
yeah.
soloing or like even like Flapjack and the other one T-Bar being like a tag team.
Do you remember what they originally did with what was it called? The faction Eric Young had a couple of years ago.
No, I don't.
Sanity. Sanity. It was
Okay,
called.
yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, without Mustafa Ali, I could see the other ones continuing being like a mid-card sort of just totally anarchic sort of we fight anyone and do weird stuff.
Yeah.
Without a leader per se. I think that could work, honestly. And Mustafa Ali don't need. I mean, Mustafa Ali is good enough to get over. I'm absolutely
I don't think
certain
he
of it
needed
if
like
he's booked correctly.
a whole
No.
faction thing in the first place.
So I actually think that was the right decision, even though it was quite obvious that match was not about Riddle versus Mustafa, but the breakup of Reckoning.
Yeah,
Retribution, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Reckoning is one of them, sorry, that's Mia Yim.
Mia Yim, I believe.
Who's the last one? Who's the last one who's there? There's Shane Thorne, Dominic, Mia Yim, and who's the last?
Oh.
Dio Madden is there.
Oh, okay, I don't remember.
He's one of the lesser lights. Let's put it like. I would be surprised if he's going to have a long and storied career, to be honest. But we'll see.
We'll see. Well, let's go to the next one, which is the women's tag team. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, which this, to me, was just kind of just like a setup for Sasha and Belair, if you ask me.
Yeah. I say again, it wasn't a bad match as such. It was also a relatively short match, under 10 minutes. I never got bored, but I say again, as I did on the prediction show last week, I feel like this is a match that shouldn't have been there. Yeah. It shouldn't have been there at Elimination Chamber. It shouldn't have been there now. It didn't add anything that the Women's Championship match needed.
Right.
I feel, and they have a lot of other female wrestlers, especially also tag teams, who could have done with the push.
Exactly.
That's my opinion on it.
It wasn't not necessary for them to do that.
No.
Because you could have...
I guess they're turning Sasha heel again, which is fine, against Bianca as the face, which is fine. I just think there would have been better ways of doing that than taking up the time they have when other people could have been there.
Right, exactly. There's like so many good like tag teams. Like you got Mandy and Dana, and then Natalia and Tamia and all that other people. Like, come on.
Riot Squad. There's plenty out there who could have done something.
I mean, I kind of get why they did it, but I mean, I think they could have had, Sasha turn on Bianca in any other way. But I mean,
exactly.
I mean, I get it why they did it, because it's tag team and stuff like that. So, but
it's a tradition also to do stuff like that. I just feel like they should have used their time. But this was a match where I feel the match was so unnecessary and took time away from other stuff that it had to be really good. Or even if they would have
thrown in and made it like a 8-way or whatever,
Yeah, it's something like that. Again, it wasn't a bad match, but I feel like it was the worst match on the card.
Yeah.
Just because it really shouldn't have been there.
It's like Reginald over jumping around everywhere, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing is basically the Reginald show, which, I mean, we've been on before. But forget it. It's
like, okay, you know what?
We will see where things are going. It's probably going to be Lana and whoever she's teaming with again, Naomi losing again at Mania. Who cares? Honestly, they really need Nia and Shayna are really good at champion spot man, do they need to build a proper feud against them.
Right. Exactly. I agree. But yeah, Nia and Shayna won.
Yep.
And then
As they should have, by the way,
right?
thank goodness.
And then Sasha and Bianca got into it, and Sasha slaps Bianca, and then I guess it's on.
Yeah, we now they're going to fight at
Now
WrestleMania.
they're mad at each other.
Unlike like yesterday when they were also going to fight at WrestleMania. Like I said,
now
it's
really on.
I think this whole angle has been an utter waste of time. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree.
The only thing I can possibly see is that they're trying to give Bianca some main event. I know this isn't a main event, but some championship match experience before she actually is going to be one of the WrestleMania probably lead matches. But I don't see why this has been going on at all, and I think it's been stupid.
Yeah.
And adding Reginald has only made it more stupid.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, agreed. So after that,
but not a bad match.
Yeah,
if you just want to see the match, the match. Go watch it.
Yeah, it's good.
Again, it short, sweet, and to the point. Plays to all the strength of all the participants. Definitely fine to watch.
So then after
just shouldn't have been there.
So yeah, then after that you see I guess Elias talking to Shane.
Yeah.
Which it's important. That's why I'm saying this right now, people. It's important. But anyway.
Yeah.
So this one right here. This one I'm just confused about. The Intercontinental Champion. Big E versus Apollo Crews. Great match.
Great match.
Incredibly match.
Short. Less than 6 minutes.
Right.
Remember me saying last week that I thought this match could steal the show? It didn't quite do that because it was so short, but man, it was good. These are excellent performers.
You got like Big E at first just dominating.
Yeah.
Talking a whole bunch of crap, and then you get Apollo got that switch, and he starts dominating. But then that ending, though, I'm like, what was that?
I will pay every single bit of money I have in my savings account that ending was fluffed.
It had to be. It had to be, because the referee was like, 1, 2, wait.
What was
that? What comes after 2?
Alright, so for those of you who haven't seen it, go watch it, because now there's spoilers. Elias takes Big E into a small package.
You mean Apollo, not Elias.
Sorry. Apollo takes Big E into a small package. Big E rolls with it and into another small package, and then he goes into some weird kind of bridge where it's so obvious that he's setting Apollo up to kick out, but Apollo doesn't, and the judge counts 3 because, that's how it goes. The judge can't just stop. And then Apollo immediately gets out as if he kicked out and continues to attack Big E, while the judge then says, no, game's over, he won, fine. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was like...
Let's put it like this. If this was a mistake, then it was a fluffed ending. These things happen. You can use that to go on. If this was planned, this was beyond moronic.
I mean, I think even if it was like fluffed or planned, they can still use it and be like, okay, well, I'll just take it out in WrestleMania.
My only problem
the only thing was just like, what the hell was that?
No one knew what was going on. So anyway, Big E wins, and then Apollo beats him down, leaves him in the ring, and goes like, "This isn't over." And I am absolutely certain this was a flop.
It was a decent save by Apollo, I guess.
It was a decent save by Apollo, and Big E sold like a champion.
Cause I mean, it was like, cause you watched the match, and it was just dominant after dominant, and to end like that, it was like, what the hell?
I am certain that was scheduled to go at least twice as long, and just came out, fluffed it there. The only problem I have, and this is me taking, probably again, the wrestling way too serious, the only problem is Big E earlier in the match, or was it before the match, gets into Apollo's face and goes like, I gave you a chance and I beat you. Then you asked for another chance and I beat you again. Then you got another chance and I beat you again.
Oh yeah,
and now
that
we're
was
here.
one of the promos in the promo.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's right. He literally just beat Apollo 4 times running. Why would Apollo get another chance? This wasn't like Big E cheated. This wasn't a controversial
Well, then that's how
ending.
it would be like, oh, the rest messed up. I deserve another chance because blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying. This is me saying. At this point, it doesn't make logical sense anymore. Why?
Well, I mean,
Apollo
I
should
agree
have
with
another
you.
chance.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
But this is part
But they are obviously going to have a fight at Mania now.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, maybe like someone else, maybe it'll be a triple threat. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll see.
Maybe add Sami Zayn.
Maybe.
They could very well add Sami Zayn to that just to keep it insane.
I don't know. From what? Oh, you know what? I'll just save that for WrestleMania. But
But again, it just leads into. I have mentioned this before, and it's one of my pet peeves in the last couple of years that WWE keeps certain feuds going way too long, despite them being incredibly one-sided. And I'm like, Big E has literally won 4 matches in a row against Apollo, all of them clean, none of them controversial. This ending was bad and it was fluffed, I'm sure, but in story, it was just a clean, simple win. Why would Apollo keep getting more chances? There are other people who should have intercontinental title shots. And it's just I really feel this is something WWE needs to look into, but I'm sure they're going to fight again. And considering just how good this match was while it was going, man, am I looking forward to seeing them get some, proper work
maybe
done.
Like some disqualification match or something.
Yeah, or something like that, or 2 falls out of 3, just to be on the safe side. I don't know. Again, it's going to be an awesome match, I'm sure, because this was, like I said, it was super short because of that ending, but it was a fantastic match while it went on. It really shows how good those two are, in my opinion.
Agreed. But let's go to the next one, where we have Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. Now, I guess in the beginning of the pay-per-view, Shane McMahon got injured.
Injured, yes.
Yeah, he got injured. Supposedly, we don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. But he got injured, and remember I told you how Elias was talking to Shane McMahon, so Elias took Shane's place. Well, it was a surprise to Elias. He didn't know about it. He was like, "Hey, surprise! Guess who's fighting?
You're fighting Braun Strowman now."
So then, yeah.
Oh, crap. Oh,
pretty
crap.
much Braun Strowman just
crap.
beat the crap out of him. What?
I actually like that. I thought this was just be a complete squash, but Elias actually got. I mean, the match was super short, not even 4 minutes long. But even in those 4 minutes, Elias actually got in a bit of offense here and there.
Oh yeah,
This is the reason.
Not bad for being surprised.
Usually I would have taken this match as the worst match of the evening because it's just so clearly setting up the storyline with Shane eventually. I know at Raw yesterday, Shane revealed, of course, he wasn't injured and beat Braun with his crutch, and now they have a match again at Mania. That be what that be. But the fact that it was actually this wasn't just a complete squash. This was actually a match. I actually think this is why the women's championship match was my least favorite on the card.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
Because I mean, based on what this was, and again, it lasted not even 4 minutes. I actually kind of like what they did with it. Again, it made Strowman look Strowman without making Elias just completely incompetent.
Right, I agree.
I still don't think they know what to do with Braun Strowman, and that's why they're throwing him together with Shane. And I think that's a shame because I feel like the man's if anyone has the network or Peacock now, I guess in America, and haven't watched some of the behind-the-scenes programming with him, like Table for Three, where he's with Ember Moon and Alexa, you should go watch this. The man is a comedic genius. The fact that they're simply not playing him up as, rather than the big monster brawn, just playing him like a, goofy fun guy who's also just really big and really good and like really brutal, I will never understand. I think he could fill a niche, like a mix of a niche between comedy and big monster that we've never seen before, but I don't think they know what to do with him. So now he's going to fight Shane. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, it was a good match. I didn't have no problem with it.
Again, like I said last week, I can't remember the last time I've seen Shane McMahon, despite the fact he's not a wrestler, despite the fact his moveset is very limited. I can't remember the last time I've seen Shane have a bad match, just because the man is completely insane and tries to kill himself in the ring every time to entertain people.
Yeah.
I mean, I admit, every time I see, a 8-year-old man as he is now, doing what he does in the ring, and he's not fully trained, all I can think about is, Shane, think of your kids, man. Don't do this to yourself. You really don't have to. We know you are very cool. We like you. But yeah, no, that's going to happen, and we'll see where that goes.
Agreed. So let's go to the next one. We have Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That was a surprise match because I didn't was expecting this one. I didn't know.
Seen that coming, no, but I'm glad it was.
I'm glad they had it.
Shinsuke are, Seth and Shinsuke are awesome wrestlers, both of them.
It's been a while since we've seen like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I still think Seth is probably. I won't say pound for pound the best wrestler in the company, because that's still Cesaro. But I'll say that Seth is still probably the one who. Sorry?
Go ahead, Hans.
No, I don't know exactly how to say. I still think that Shane has the, number one. He might not be the best wrestler. He might not be the best on the mic. He might not be, I just think overall he's probably the best the company has to offer.
Who? Rollins?
Seth. Rollins. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably like top 5, I guess you can say. Top 5, yeah.
I think he's top 5 in everything, but overall he's just like, best because he's, I don't know, I'm really, really fond of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I like him. He's always one of my favorite on the Shield, so.
Yeah. And Shinsuke is Shinsuke Nakamura, who is phenomenal. So
got that charisma and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, they had a great match. They worked very well together. Again, my criticism.
Wait a minute, we never said who won the other match, did we?
Oh, right. No, Braun Strowman got a running shoulder. Whatever.
He won.
Yeah, he won.
Okay,
he beat Elias as expected. Like I said, it wasn't quite a squash match, but it was obvious where things were going.
Well, yeah, the Seth Rollins and it was a good match. I was like, oh wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that match. I was like, okay.
I know how good Nakamura can get, so the only thing I usually has criticism of his matches on is that they're usually a bit too slow paced.
Yeah.
Probably because his strong style doesn't really work with how WWE wants to present their matches. But this one just, it was really good. It was straight up, they played to each other, both looked really strong. None of them came out of it looking bad, and the match was just really, really good. Again, it flew by. It was about 13 minutes long, and I was glued to the screen constantly. It was just really good.
Yep, and Seth won.
As he should, of course.
That would be a good setup for him and Cesaro, I believe.
Yeah, I assume it has to be Seth versus Cesaro at Mania.
Yeah.
Which is going to be, I mean, it's going to be an almost even better match, if possible, in my opinion. Like I said, I say it outright. Cesaro might not be the best ever on the mic and so on, but I do think Cesaro is probably the best pound for pound wrestler in the company.
Oh yeah, I agree. But I think he's also one of those people they try to make him as some kind of tough guy.
Yeah.
But like if you've actually seen him in like his YouTube or it's on his Twitch channel, he's actually pretty funny as well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know a lot of them. You can't have everyone do comedy bits. That would just be silly. But when you see a lot of these people on their own or on when they appear on God damn it, what's Xavier Woods thing called again?
Up, down, down.
Up, down, down. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are a lot more funny than they're allowed to be on screen. Let's put it like that.
I totally agree. So yeah. But let's go to the next one. So we have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a no holds barred match.
Yeah.
Which, wow, like,
yeah.
They were all over that arena.
Remember what I said about the women's match, that it felt like this match should never have happened in the first place, or that program should never have happened in the first place?
Yeah.
Last week I said that this match felt a bit extraneous because the whole thing was about the title, and with the title not being relevant anymore, why are they doing this? But you can say that it's because it's because of just betrayal and hurt feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
I didn't think this was about the title. There was no title. This was about like, oh, you just betrayed me. You used me, and it was kind of like, well, we.
It also doesn't matter because unlike the women's match, this one was just wow. It was good.
Yeah, it was worth watching. I mean.
Yeah, it was.
It's just it was brutal.
No hold bars can be tricky because it's like, are we going to go into a full old scale hardcore match, or are we just going to have a really brutal wrestling match? This was just two guys beating the crap out of each other without going into like garbage wrestling. It was fucking amazing.
Great. It was like, damn, like just the ass whooping. That's what that was. That wasn't even a wrestling match. That was the ass whooping.
That was a fight. Man, these two can fight. And again, none of them came out looking bad. That's also important.
Yeah. Both came out looking strong.
McIntyre won, I'm tempted to say, obviously, because it was clear he was going to challenge Lashley at Mania.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, man, that was a good match. Oh, crap, I forgot during the let's go back a little bit. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura had probably my favorite single moment of the evening, or wrestling moment. The thing, I think the commentators called it out. The one where Rollins is doing something and literally stops himself from throwing move by hooking the foot.
Yeah, I can't even explain what he did. He was kind of it looked like he was going for a stop. And then this guy stops him, and then like with his other foot, kind of like did like a roundhouse kick to the head or something. I mean, you have to see it. It was like
it was really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
I know. I was like, wait, what was that?
It was like in the middle of a really big power move where he's like throwing himself away, hooking his leg around Nakamura's one, and stopping himself completely, and then into an insecurity or roundhouse kick or whatever. Man, it was awesome.
Yeah, we haven't seen that. That was amazing, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, back to McIntyre Sheamus. Again, it's one of those matches I don't think we can say too much about because there wasn't like
there was no guards, and they were like basically all over.
Yeah. It wasn't one of those matches where there was one moment that was just, oh my god, that's dominating everything. It was just 20 minutes of these two guys
just going at it. Just
beating
the crap out of each other. Like, each of them stole money from each other. It's like, nope.
Yeah. It's like, these two, this is one of those matches that really paid off the feud.
Yeah. It didn't disappoint.
No,
Didn't
you
disappoint.
really get that these two people are both really good, and I mean they hate each other so much they're not even wrestling. They are literally just pounding the crap out of each other.
True.
It was very very good. And
Yeah.
Drew won with the Claymore.
After he future shocked him with a piece of the table.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was so good. I loved it.
It wasn't the match of the evening, but I would say at any other pay-per-view it could have been for me. It wasn't the match of the evening for me, I mean, but at any other pay-per-view it could have been.
All right, let's go to the one next, which ones I found fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be a match, but
right.
man, were we excited
It's
for this one.
Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton, and we thought. I mean, I think both of us thought it was just gonna be 2 minutes of just Alexa Bliss just fucking with Randy.
Yeah.
I did not expect no winner. Okay.
Instead, it was there was a winner.
I know. I wasn't expecting any winners.
No, I wasn't either. We expected it to go no contact. No.
No. There is a winner.
Alexa Bliss defeated Randy Orton in the ring. Clean.
Clean.
Wow. Sort of clean.
Sort of clean. Because it was kind of it wasn't a regular match. You know, you have Alexa Bliss pretty much doing all these little tricks. She threw fire at him. There was a part where there's light falling in front of him, and it's just this one right here was just okay.
This was not a wrestling.
I can't even put it into words what this was.
No. This is not a wrestling program. This is trying to run wrestling as a horror story.
Like a horror playground clown story.
It's really, really weird, and I absolutely love it. Also because both of these people are so good. Randy is playing it
so well.
So awesomely, and
so
Alexa
well,
is having
man. So well.
I mean, I have long since said that Alexa's heel run with the title was one of the best heel runs I have seen in the women's division at all. But her current thing as the Firefly Fun Alexa, my God, it's the best work she's ever done.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, I love it. I love this Alexa. This one right here.
She looks like she's having so much fun at the same time.
Yep.
Which is
she doesn't look like she's just tormenting Randy Orton, having a good time with it. She's like, the sky is falling, Randy. You need to be careful.
I would not be surprised. I mean, originally it was the Fiend or Bray Wyatt, I guess, sort of twisting and seducing to the dark side Alexa Bliss. I would not be surprised if this ends up with Alexa sort of being in charge, with the Fiend being her enforcer.
That could be.
She is so good.
I mean, Randy Orton plays it well too, so it's
Yeah. Again, Randy. Also, by the way, if anyone hasn't watched the Broken Skull sessions.
Oh yeah, you should definitely go watch that.
Randy Orton. Oh my God, that is so good.
So good. You just learn so much about Randy, and it's
I mean, I always had the appreciation for Randy as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, me too. He's always been my top favorite. He's always definitely on my top 5, especially for heels.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, after this. Oh my God, I have so much more respect for him, both as a performer and just as a person.
Y'all have not checked that out yet. You all need to go check out Broken Skulls.
Honestly, the Broken Skulls interview might be the best thing Randy Orton has ever done in WWE.
Yeah.
And considering what he has done, that's saying a lot, because he has done a lot of good stuff.
I mean, he's been there for 20 years?
Yeah, 2002 he debuted, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he has 20 years next year.
He's in his 40s, so it's been 20 years, so yeah. But yeah,
he's younger than me. He's younger than me. I didn't actually think that, but he's only turning 40 this year. He only turned 40 late last year. Yeah. But yeah, no. Again, we got away from the match, but yeah, go watch the Broken Skull session. It might also be the best Broken Skull session yet. I mean, the ones with The Undertaker was awesome, and the others have been cool. But just also Randy being so completely open about all the mistakes he made and the help he got and so on. Oh my god, it was so amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the match wasn't really a match.
Yeah,
Alexa
really
tormented Randy for tormented Randy with
3 to
aura
4
magic
minutes,
for
and then
Fiend broke through
the ring and came out
and
all burnt and glowy.
He looked so good. The new costume looks so fucking good.
It's so good.
This is
so scary.
Yeah, this is how Kane should have looked when they unmasked him. Let's put it like that.
Definitely.
If anyone remember back in the day, probably Kane has done a lot of good stuff, and like I said, he's well deserved in the Hall of Fame. He's also been part of some not so good stuff from time to time.
as most WWE stars do.
Yeah, back originally when he unmasked, he was supposed to be all burned below, and they tried to do that with like lightly smushing him with soot or something.
Charcoal or something.
Really.
Like they could have
really bad.
They could have done a little bit better, but.
But this one.
But you know what though? I think they didn't do it because the part that Kane, not to get off subject or anything, but the part that Kane was supposed to be burned was basically was all in his head.
That's how they played it, and that's fine. It's just that the fans expected like this really burned character. You know what I say about who has done more damage to wrestling than anyone else? That's the IWC. But the point remains that if Kane had come out looking like they made the Fiend look, that would never have been a discussion.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because
Fiend
the new costume looks good.
The new costume looks good. It's scary. It's just what the fuck.
Oh my god, it was so good. Anyway,
you go in there and he grabs Randy Orton's leg. Randy Orton flips out. He's like, "What the fuck?" He sees sees the Fiend there, and Alexa Bliss pushes Randy into the Fiend, and the Fiend does to Sister Abigail, and then Alexa Bliss goes and pins fucking Orton. 1, 2, 3.
Not just that, the way she does it.
Yo, the way she pins him.
Literally
sits on him. Like she cowgirls ride him.
I mean, she got
with her arms out, like just with arms out.
Like, I have a comment from Randy's wife
picture here for
on
me
Instagram.
Like that. I'm just like,
it was. Oh my god! Again, like we said, this went precise. Okay, one. I could have written the script on this one. We knew exactly how it was going to go, and it was the way it went.
Right.
The only surprise is there actually was a winner rather than just a no contest. But
didn't expect no winner.
As we said last week, this was what we wanted to see, and we got it. And man, it was fun.
But yeah, okay, but like, well, let's go to like I don't know. We saw like a Monday Night Raw the next day. I guess they had like another conversation. So I guess the Fiend and Randy Orton are going to fight at WrestleMania.
As I understand it, Randy gave the Fiend an RKO during a standoff. After which Bliss came out to annoy Orton, and then Fiend gave him another Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
And now they have a fight at Mania.
Like he gave Randy Orton gave Fiend the RKO, and here comes Alexa Bliss coming in, and then it looked like that Randy Orton was like the RKO Alexa Bliss a little bit, the way he was looking, but then the Fiend got up like no one's business, like nothing happened to him, and Randy turned around and gave him the Sister Abigail. Well, first he gave him the Manual Claw and then the Sister Abigail, but
I didn't see the mandible claw, but that's just better. No, this is one of those things I've talked about before, where I'm like, no, this is not serious wrestling. Yes, I'm sure the smarks will hate this crap, but this is what I love about wrestling. You can have the rest of the card being properly wrestling, and then you can have one of these matches that are just like silly and goofy and fun.
Exactly.
This is more like scary and goofy and fun, but
This
But
is kind
yeah,
of like one of those where it was like the Undertaker versus like AJ Styles on the
yeah,
bonus.
exactly. Or damn, what was it? The Ultimate Deletion or whatever it was called
Oh yeah.
in TNA some years back with the Hardy
Or
brothers.
even with the Fiend and like John Cena, that wasn't that bad either.
No, I mean this was really really good. It was it didn't take very long. And it was super fun.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Um,
if you just watch that match alone, it was just good. You can just see Alexa Bliss
yeah,
having like a time of her life. I think she really likes playing this character.
I really hope she does because she deserves it for what she's putting into it. At least
Cause she's
it
doing
is
so much, and
so
like kudos
so
to like
good.
having like Randy actually having Alexa Bliss pin him and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, Randy is a future Hall of Famer because
Oh,
of course he is.
definitely.
But eh, eh, it's very rare to say this, but considering everything that he has done in the last 20 years, I think he's doing his best work right now.
Yeah, I think
Another
so.
thing they mentioned I mean, they talked about that on the Broken Skull sessions
Yeah,
as well.
I
But
think
I
this is
really
his
do
best.
think, really do think they're right. I really do think Randy right now is the best Randy
Oh,
Orton that's ever
definitely,
been.
definitely. I think he's grown
Yeah.
as a character and everything else, and it's like, I mean, but anyway, if you haven't seen Broken Skulls, go check that out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All right, main event. Main event. We got the Universal Championship with Special Enforcer Edge with Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. This one,
The head of the
actually,
table, the big dog, the man.
this one was actually, I actually like this one. This was actually pretty good.
I think this was match of the evening.
Yeah.
Not just because they gave it so long that it could build, but it was surprisingly good. I mean,
there were some good moments in this where you're just like, whoa.
I realize that Daniel Bryan is one of those who can probably have a good match with a broomstick, but watch this match again, Smarks out there, and tell me that Roman Reigns can't wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
Both of these men, and the story it was one of those things. Triple H has always been insistent that it's more important that matches tell a good story than they are super athletic. I think both holds value, but there's no doubt that a good story takes precedence.
Well,
and this one
this
told the
way people
story.
could take a side.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like when you see like two people just fighting and they're like, well, what are they fighting for? What the hell's going on?
But I mean, it also has to tell a story within the match, and this one just did it to A+. It was really, really, really good. It might be the best Roman Reigns match I've ever seen.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I was kind of like, I mean, there was like surprise moments for me when like, Daniel Bryan actually got Roman to tap, but no one saw it. Cause
yeah.
No, like a tree falling on the floor. Do you hear it?
It's very okay. We can start with the fact that Roman won. We can get to how he won. We can start to the fact that Roman
he won, retained. Obviously.
But there is very little doubt in my mind now that the main event at Mania is going to be a three-way.
A triple threat.
I cannot see a triple threat. Yeah, sorry, not a three-way. At least I hope not.
I mean, hey, okay, cool.
Maybe it would get interest from some. But yeah, no, that's going to be a triple threat. I'm sure now. I mean, I'm sure someone would pay to see it. But it was just a really, really, really good match.
So yeah, I mean, they're. I think it was basically bronze versus technique in this situation.
Yeah, it really was, and that's what I mean with telling the story. Because it really was, Roman Reigns just did the best. I mean, Roman Reigns is a power wrestler, and he showcased everything he has and everything he can do. And whenever it was like, okay, this is going to be a squash now, then Daniel Bryan showed that he is still one of the best wrestlers out there, got some technical stuff in, and took dominance.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
it was 30 minutes, and it was back and forth completely over those 30 minutes. This was not Roman beating Daniel Bryan around the ring for 30 minutes while Bryan only just holding on. This was a match.
This was a match.
Again, the best Roman match.
Good on both sides, I believe.
Yeah. Again, this is why this was surprisingly for me. I hadn't expected this. I also said again, why is this a match when we know who's going to win? The fact that they changed their minds and now had Bryan at, will probably have Bryan at Mania as well, sort of also say, okay, maybe he could do an offset here, but no, oh my god, this was a very good, very, very good match. I don't think I've seen Daniel Bryan as good at this for a very long time.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's like in his prime or something.
Yeah.
He was very good.
The best match I ever think I've seen with Roman was the one they had at the Rumble? I can't remember. A couple of years ago. Remember the one where he lost to Seth and then Dean Ambrose cashed in on Seth?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, 5 years ago or something. 4 or 5 years ago. That used to be the best match I had seen with Reigns, but this one just blew it out of the water.
No, I mean, you got
holy crap, it was good.
And then, like, I guess, like, what was it? Daniel Bryan accidentally knocked out the ref.
Yeah.
And then
we had a ref bump. We had everything.
Then here comes Edge, because he was an enforcer, so he was like, so now he's playing referee, and I guess he who pinned who? And I guess they kicked out. I forgot who.
Okay. Daniel kicks out.
I think no. Yeah.
Daniel kicks out of something and gets Roman in the yes lock, and then Jey Uso runs in and attacks everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. Kicks Edge, kicks Daniel Bryan, and then he goes and then gets the chair, and
Daniel Bryan
comes
kicks
into
out
play.
And Daniel Bryan accidentally tries to hit Roman. Roman ducks. Bryan hits Edge. Daniel then gets Roman in the yes lock again, and Roman taps, but there is no referee.
Right, you can see he's like slightly tapping out.
Yeah.
I don't even think Edge, even if Edge saw, I don't even think he cared.
No. Like you said, it's just a really good story that Daniel Bryan can make Roman tap.
Yeah, that was like, well, he said, I can't take you out. I can make you tap because I made you tap, but...
Edge is then like, Edge hasn't forgotten how to be a proper WWE wrestler. He's like, no, this cannot have been an accident. This guy punched me in the chair by purpose, even though nothing he has ever done would indicate he would do that. So then Edge lays out Bryan, and Roman covers for the win.
After a new ref comes in, because Edge goes on there and said, "This is mine," and got mad and leaves the ring, and then a new ref comes because the other ref is still knocked out, and then Roman runs. But technically, Bryan won.
And this is how you know that Bryan is going to be added to the
card of WrestleMania.
To the card of WrestleMania. I am not the biggest fan of main event triple threats. We have talked about that before, but after yesterday, I could see it work. Because I think these people play so well off each other.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Plus, I kind of like when Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky, that was a good three-way.
Yeah.
So
no, it's not that it can't be done. It's just that.
I mean, it's been done before with Daniel Bryan with Randy Orton and Batista. Cause you remember?
Oh my God! Yeah.
When he had to go fight, He had to fight Triple H first.
When he did a 20-minute with Triple H and then 35 with Batista and Orton.
Talk about this having that stamina or something like that.
To win his first title. I think that was in this decade, there has been more, but I think the only time I marked out harder at a WrestleMania, for those of you who watch this who are not regular wrestle fan, marking out basically means to act like a huge fan and just like, yes, this is not fake, this is super cool.
Right.
A mark. A mark is the we believe everything that's going on. This is definitely not.
This is real. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
let's talk. I was gonna talk about that real quick. Cause like when it says, "Oh, wrestling's fake," and I'm like, maybe the storylines are, but it's like
the wrestling
it
definitely
is
isn't.
not.
And
Like if you
you,
go to a wrestling match, I've been to a few of them. I do not never want to say, "All right, bring in the stunt double."
no,
Never
exactly.
happened.
Also, we have, did you notice there wasn't, by the way, a single title change?
No, I
That's
didn't think
usually
there would.
very
I
rare.
didn't think it. I didn't think there would be.
I did think there would be, because I was pretty sure that Apollo was going to take it over Big
No,
E, which
maybe
I still think
Apollo.
was the
Well, maybe
plan, by the
Apollo,
way.
but
Um,
I didn't
anyway,
think anybody else
no.
would.
If anyone listens to this podcast, I guess you can call it, or discussion or video, wrestling video, we are probably a lot more positive about things than a lot of other places. But that's also because I feel like you have to try to be a mark when you watch it. If you just sit around looking for shit to hate, you won't enjoy the
Well,
damn
yeah,
thing.
that's like
Wrestling is basically like a soap opera
with a
with
lot of
fighting.
violence. So far with a lot of violence.
Yeah, and that's why you have to be in that mindset to
Yeah,
enjoy
I
it.
mean, you can't
That's why
just be
I
like, "Oh, this
always
is
try
fake
to
and
see
that's fake and
good
everything." It's not.
about it.
It's. I mean, it's WWE.
Yeah,
It's World Wrestling Entertainment.
yeah,
You got that
exactly.
E means
But
entertainment. You're just supposed to be entertained. It's kind of like if you go and watch like your favorite movies or CNN, and
yeah,
it's just entertainment.
exactly.
I mean,
And
there's
I
been
mean,
some times where there has been like storylines that has been true.
absolutely. I mean, remember the Edge versus Matt Hardy
Yeah, I was just
after
that's
Lita,
exactly what
after
I was thinking
Lita?
of. I was just like, I
Yeah.
remember that being a thing.
Um, so again, no, there's been a lot. I'm just saying that apart from Kofi beating Bryan a couple of years ago, the triple threat with Daniel Bryan, I was marking out more than any other time at Mania in the last decade, except for the Kofi win.
Yeah, here's my thing about the like Daniel Bryan going into this match with Roman. I mean, I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's kind of like maybe they're taking away from Edge.
I still maybe it's just me. I still think Edge is going to win and hold it until SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think he's gonna hold it for a while to some like you said, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's like bad. I mean,
At the
I
same
think it's
time,
gonna be
I'm also
great. I
like,
think it's gonna be good, but I'm thinking like even if if Edge does go, I mean, he could always lose it to Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam.
that's I mean, there's very possibility. I'm also like the problem is the way they have built up the whole head of the table thing. I don't know what they're going to do with Roman if he doesn't have the title, but I don't see them having him keep it after Mania. They have to give it to either Edge or Bryan after all of this.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's too. I think it's too soon for the whole head of the table thing to go away. They finally got
They
Roman
finally got
into a
Roman
position.
into a good character. It would
Yeah,
be
and everyone actually likes him.
Yeah.
Well, not likes him because he's a heel, but
I mean,
you know,
have a little bit more respect for him for his wrestling
yeah.
game, I guess you can say.
I have one criticism. Again, though, this was match of the. If you don't see any other match from this, you should watch practically every match from this. But if you don't watch any other match for this, watch this because it was very, very, very good. Really, really supremely good. Shows what both of them can do. Told an awesome story. Wasn't one-sided. It was just absolutely perfect. I have found the one thing I have a criticism of the current head of the table thing. Again, this is me, and this is a relatively small thing, but why? Because Roman has become a heel, does he need to cheat to win? He's still supposed to be like Roman Reigns, who is, the big dog, and so on. Why does he need Jay to interfere in all of his matches? Why does he want Jay to interfere in all of his matches? Someone like Braun Strowman was
his lapdog.
Someone like Lesnar was always like, nope, I'm going to take care of things myself. I just don't understand.
I think that's the whole point of having the head of the table. You gotta have,
Yeah,
like, someone
but I
there
mean,
doing your fucking dirty work.
yeah, but you have to prove that you're strong enough to hold the thing, to be in that position. And I mean, so far he has won a lot of his matches by having others win it for him. It's just, again, this is me taking wrestling storylines way more seriously than I probably should.
Yes.
I just feel it's a weird way of showing. I mean, I am the most powerful wrestler in the business. I can beat anyone.
Well,
So
I mean,
that's
it's
why
just,
I'm going to have
it's
someone
just
cheat
like,
on my behalf.
I mean, it's just like when you have like these villains in these movies, and they have all these their minions or whatever you want to call them. It's like, well, I'm the most powerful one
Oh,
because I have all these people that I can control. So he controls Jay right now. That's why I'm so powerful. Not because I'm dominant because of that. Maybe that's why.
I mean, that's obviously what they are playing at. Also, I mean,
But,
it's tradition for this. I mean,
but that's kind of
Triple
what I
H
mean.
back
When
in the
you
day
go play
had.
video games, you have to go through other people to get to the boss,
No,
right?
no. Again, I get all of that. I just think they
Think
could
you're
have
taking this way
played
too
it better.
seriously.
Yes, I am. I always am. Again, because I try to be a Mark. I really do try to be like.
Bitch ass Mark right now.
Yep. No, it's true. I mean, 41-year-old Tim really tries to be 13-year-old Tim when he actually watches the show.
He's like trying to like just break down every little goddamn motherfucking detail and shit. And like, why? like, Tim, shut the fuck up. He's strong, okay? Roman's strong. That's all he. Roman's strong.
No! Big dog, fight! Not big dog, give to someone else. No, it was again. I am really happy with where they have put put Roman.
What do you? All right, because we're going into like an hour now. So what do you rate?
Oh, okay.
What do you rate this Fastlane? What is your rate?
Out of what? What is your scale?
1 out of 10.
Then I rated 8.
Yeah, me too. I give it an 8.
I was lukewarm about it going into it, but I
didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was.
Nope.
I was thinking like maybe like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, something like that. The thing that draws it down, the only reason why it's drawn down is the fluffed ending to the Intercontinental match, and because the Women's Championship match was, the Women's Tag Team Championship match was just, so why is it even here?
Why are we here right now? Why?
Yeah.
Why? But yeah,
otherwise it could easily have been a 9. Maybe even a 10. It was really, really good.
Really good. But we're at the end, so next pay-per-view, guys, WrestleMania. We are here. I don't know how. I'm not even sure how we're gonna even do this. But we have to do this in like 2 parts because there's 2 nights. So.
I mean, we're only 3 weeks out, so it's
not that far.
Coming.
It's coming.
It's coming, guys. It's coming very soon.
Around the corner, so I'm looking forward to that. It's one of my favorites.
Yep.
But thank you so much, Tim, for chatting and arguing and yelling and all that other stuff and just being a mark. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and I will get my revenge for you calling me a motherfucking mark, one way or the other.
You called yourself a motherfucking mark. I disagree with you. That was your words, not mine. But anyways.
No, it wasn't.
Anyways, guys, make sure you watch Tim this Sunday. He'll be streaming. Yeah. Same game.
I will be streaming on my Twitch channel. I am definitely not yet done with Neolithic violence. Now I have a saber-toothed tiger to ride on. So expect to see that being done a lot.
And I will be doing something after I think WrestleMania, because right now I'm going on vacation next week. Yay! And
hooray!
Need a break from the fucking internet, but and yeah, so probably next week. Well, not next week, the following week we'll start talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be it's probably gonna be 2 parts. Maybe we'll discuss it, but maybe like one on Thursday, one on Friday.
Something like that.
Something like
I
that.
mean,
Like that way, if it's like say there's like 20 matches, we can do 10 one day and 10 the next day or whatever.
It also depends on how. I mean, are they going to do both, like full WrestleMania length of 7 hours? Or are we going to
Well, I
get
think it's
shorter
gonna be
shows?
like,
We'll see what happens.
I think it's gonna be like last year or.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if nothing else, it's going to be so awesome to have an audience again,
Yeah,
a live audience.
Definitely. But thanks so much. I'll put all our stuff so you can follow us on our Twitters and our streets and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.